So, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, man. We could talk about the lockout again.
We could talk about Glen Allen Hill.
I mean, we could talk about Glen Allen Hill, I guess. It's sort of random. Well, how about this? Did you see this thing about the Curran Theater?
No.
Yeah, no, you probably don't want to know. You probably don't.
Okay.
We should probably not talk about that. Yeah.
How about we talk about Tony Vitello's hairdresser?
Oh, well, that actually brings up a good question.
Okay.
When you're shaving your head,
Uh-huh.
and you know they put that little thing on the clippers, the
guard. Uh-huh.
the guard. Yeah, right. Yeah, that thing, and it's got like numbers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what number do you use, and which direction do you go? Asking for a friend.
Well, when I first started, I've been doing this for many years now. But when I first started, it was a 1. But then I realized that I just had to keep doing that more quickly. So I went to a 0, which there is such a thing.
Is
There's
a
actually
zero?
a double 0.
Isn't a
There's
zero
double
just
0.
the blade?
No, you would think so, but no. It's there is a little bit of a guard, and I run that, and I go one direction, like I'm mowing a lawn, and all the way around my head.
Yeah.
And then I'd reverse it, and I go backwards so that if the hair follicles are falling a different way, then I do that. Then I go across the head, like sideways. And then I have a little like swirl on the top of my head. So I got to get around that because sometimes the swirl just stays, and I got to make sure that gets all clipped and then around the ears, because sometimes the hairs will get long around the ears, and you got to just get that really good. And then I'm done.
What about the hairs in the ear?
Those just stay because, I'm an old man.
And that's your opening. Bob, hit it.
Welcome to Giant Cocktails, where the baseball is mid, but the cocktails are elite. Here are your hosts, Ben and Matthew Henry.
Welcome to episode 341 of Giant Cocktails. Ben, did you know that Santa Cruz High alum and noted arachnophobe Glen Allen Hill collected 341 hits during his Giants career that spanned from 1995 to 1997?
I did not know that. Yeah, no. I mean, and that's noteworthy to you and I because we are also Santa Cruz High alums.
Go Cardinals.
That's right. Go Cardinals. And I did graduate from that one. So, yay me.
And, when somebody asks me, like, do you have a famous person that graduated from high school? I mean, he's kind of it, right? I mean, Johnny Johnson, maybe, the football player.
What? What are you talking about? Famed Hollywood legend.
Zazu Pitts.
Zazu.
Yeah. But nobody knows who Zazu Pitts is. She was a silent era actress. And everybody who would know who she is dead, Ben.
That's true. But I bet you there's 1,700 YouTube videos about her.
Probably. But there might be 1,700 YouTube videos about Glen Allen Hill who injured himself by having a dream about spiders, and he ran through his living room and crashed into a glass coffee table and hence landed on the injured list.
And that's his story, and he's sticking with it.
It is.
I mean, as an arachnophobe yourself, that sounds totally believable to you.
Absolutely believable to me.
As a man who...
Don't have glass coffee tables, folks. Just bad things happen from that.
That is true. Glass coffee tables just are inevitably going to... It's like the gun on the mantle in the play. What do they call that? They call that Pavlov's dog's gun. Pavlov's dogs. Pavlovich's dogs. That's what they call it.
We'll have to ask him about that.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him about Pavlovich's dogs.
Enough with the banter. Let's talk cocktails.
Yeah. Okay, Bob, let's talk cocktails.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Bob, I'm drinking a cocktail called Bourbon Foster. You can probably guess what's in this cocktail, but I'll tell you all about it at the end of the episode.
What are you drinking, Ben?
I'll tell you in 1 second, Bob. Thank you for asking. That's very kind of you. I realize I didn't say that last time. Twice. Matthew, did
Yes.
you put my friend Steve Foster into your cocktail?
No, I did not.
Huh. Well, then
But if he wants to believe I did, then sure.
I think he would know. I think he would know if you did. Or he wouldn't know because
If I say yes, would he pay us?
that he did. No, no, I don't think so, Matthew. I don't think he wants anything to do with that.
Okay, well then no, it's not about Steve Foster.
Okay, good. Hi, Steve. What am I drinking? Bob, this week I am drinking a cocktail called the Hand of Vecna. In honor of Stranger Things and the greatest tabletop role-playing game of them all. Yeah, I know, Daggerheart, blah, 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 Blades of Steel, or whatever Matt Colville calls his things.
No.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah,
the
blah,
OG.
blah.
The OG, Ben.
That's right, the OG. The OG RPG D&D, the Hand of Vecna. And you can find out what is in the Hand of Vecna and where it came from at the end of this episode. If you make it there.
Yeah, you might come across a troll.
That's right. You might get slayed by a dragon. Not because you stopped listening, because you would never do that. You know what? Most of you drop off. Well, no, most of you don't drop off. Like 20 to 25% of you have already dropped off. And then the rest of you listen to the entire episode, but you skip the best part at the end. And then only about 33% of you listen to the very end. True story.
Yeah, they don't know what they're missing.
They don't know what they're missing. And that's what makes it fun. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right.
Anyway, Ben, today is Sunday, December 28th, as we record this podcast, our last podcast of 2025. I don't know what to think of that.
2025, Matthew. That's like 1,000 years in the future.
Right?
Yeah. Like, what? On the Conan O'Brien show, the Late Child show, he has that thing where it's like, in the year 2000. And you're telling me it's supposed to be 2025? I just don't buy it.
No, I know. I mean, the 90s were only like 10 years ago.
What? I thought that was like, I thought we just did year 2000.
Anyway, as you could maybe gather from the intro, we don't know what we're going to talk about.
And from
this is usually where I tell you what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Nothing's really happened in the 2 weeks since we last recorded. I mean, they did sign a few people. In fact, looking at the overall Major League Baseball transaction page, the Giants may have been more active than any other team in the majors.
That's true. Like, as a Giants fan, I want to be like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? But then I look and nobody's doing anything. You know, it's like, it's that thing that we said we didn't want to talk about in the intro. I feel like it's the lockout. The lockout is just...
Yeah, it's doing weird things, man.
Yeah.
But the Giants did sign Jake Holton to a minor league contract.
Sweet.
Yes, good old Jake.
I thought he retired.
Jake Holton has played 6 seasons of minor league baseball, in which he has a .259 batting average, 378 on base, and a .428 slugging. He's a first baseman, so they've signed him, I'm assuming, to take over for Bryce Eldridge in Sacramento.
Sounds legit. Sounds like they filled a need.
They did. We also signed a guy named Jason Foley, right-handed pitcher.
Do you mean Axel Foley?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I think you can keep going because I think you're doing such a poor rendition that there's no way that we would get punished for that. But keep going, Herbie.
This is true.
Let's go, Herbie. Come on.
I'm Jason Foley is a right-handed relief pitcher, I think.
Yes. That's what it says here in the notes that you wrote.
Looking at his baseball reference page, he's actually pretty decent. So, okay.
How hard does he throw?
I have no idea. But in each season, he has had finished with an ERA plus over 100. So
in the major leagues, you mean?
In the major leagues.
This is
the last 4 years for the Detroit Tigers.
Okay, look closely at the baseball reference because I know we had this problem last week with last 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yes. That's true. We just finished the 2025 season, right?
We did. And so
and
if
that one is not in there. Yeah. So
it's not again, Buster. Another one.
This is my kids like to go thrifting, Ben.
Yeah.
And you walk into the thrift shop and you look for the hidden gems that could have lots of value if you know where to look. Maybe someone overlooked it. Maybe it has a little chip on the bottom, but no one's ever going to see that.
Maybe it's it needs a tendon taken from a cadaver or from somewhere else in your body and put in its elbow.
That's right. And that happens all the time. Nobody questions that anymore.
No, nobody does. You are correct. And
I also want to say the last time that he pitched, he saved 28 games. And I know that he's not going to be able to play until like July, but he could be our closer solution when we are in the home stretch to make the playoffs.
Camilo!
You will be thanking Buster for this move come September.
No. I mean, maybe. I you know what? I didn't think anything of the Joey Lucchese signing, and that guy was all right.
Yeah.
And so you might be right. But I will never forget that Buster Posey traded away Camilo Doval. And and unlike when Matt Williams was traded, as far as I know, we didn't get a Jeff Kent Hall of Famer. So that's what I expect. I expect Hall of Famers in return for when my favorite player is traded. So I hope that catcher kid is good. The one who won't be our backup catcher because we have that Rule 5 draftee.
Andrew Suzak. Is it Andrew? No, I'm going to get them all confused now. And I'm wondering, is that... anyway, Suzak. Yeah.
It's one of the Suzaks.
Yeah, one of them. This guy did pitch last year, though. The next guy that I want to talk about, Adrian Hauser.
Hauser D's nuts.
Really? That's what we're going to... Okay. These nuts are the best you ever had.
Hand of Vecna, Matthew, I'm telling you. I had one before the show.
But the worst part about you making that joke is I'm never going to be able to say his name without thinking about that now.
You're going to think Hauser D's nuts. It's like the first time, like, for whatever reason, the first time my daughter ever became aware of Bosa, the 49ers Bosa.
Yeah, okay.
He was on the screen and he was actually talking to his brother, who plays for the Chargers, and so the both of them were together, and we were talking, like, I don't know why, but she was like, who is that guy, and her mother's a big 49ers fan, and so we were like, oh, those are the brothers of Bosa, and she's like, oh yeah, look at Bosa D's nuts. So yeah, and now I can.
Your sweet daughter broke out the D's nuts joke.
Yes, she did. That's right. She did.
Well, you raised her right.
I certainly did. She whips that one out. No pun intended. No, pun intended. She whips that one out pretty much all the time. So that's what I think whenever I see Nick Bosa. Now that's what you get to think whenever you see Andrew Hauser.
Well, I think we should ask how are these ERAs because last year it was great at the beginning of the year when he was playing for the lowly Chicago White Sox. Not so great when he was traded mid-year to the Tampa Bay Rays. So,
but the Rays wanted
Adrian
him?
Hauser are we getting?
Wait, the Rays?
Yeah, the Rays did want him.
Okay,
so there is that.
Okay, those guys know what they're doing. Those guys know what they're doing. Okay, that actually makes me feel better about this. Also, I just looked up Jason Axel Foley on Baseball Savant.
Mm-hmm.
And his 2024 numbers say that he was in the 91st percentile for fastball velo, saying that he averaged around 97 miles an hour. So there you go, Matthew. These guys are all hurt, but they are otherwise satisfying your requirement that they throw cheese.
Exactly. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to bring in like 20 more.
Yeah, okay. Hang on 1 second. I just got to check. How do you spell nuts? N-U-T-Z?
N-U-T-Z.
Yeah, Hauser D's nuts is not in Baseball Savant. Oh, I see what I did. Hang on. No. I tried spelling D's with T-H-E-S-E, and that's not.
No, it's D-E-E-Z.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got him. Adrian Hauser D's nuts. 54 percentile in the fastball velo.
Yeah, he's a starting pitcher, though.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 94.6, though. Man, these guys. The balls just keep getting faster, Matthew.
So one of the things that did come up this week with the Adrian Hauser signing was Manassian saying that maybe some of the young guys got to step up and fill their starting pitching needs. And on one hand, I agree with him. Yes, that would be nice. On the other hand, we haven't really seen that yet outside of Landon Roop. And so I don't know if that's the best strategy. Do you?
Waiting for some of our young guys to step up is not the best strategy? Look, there's a lot of teams out there that do this successfully. They draft guys or they sign them, Matthew. They send them through the minor leagues and then they promote them to the major leagues and they let them play at that level. Lots of teams do this. And a lot of those guys are good. But sometimes they're not, So I do agree with that strategy. I'm a big proponent of that strategy because if it doesn't work, then at least that tells me that you suck either at drafting / signing people or you suck at developing them. Are you saying, Matthew, that the Giants suck at drafting and developing their players and or?
I am saying that their track record has not been sterling.
Well, Randy Wynn is in charge now, so it's all different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, honestly, look, Buster believes in the team that's there, right? The guys that have been running player development are still running it, right? Sure, you've got the VP over them all. That's new. That's changed. But Kyle Haynes is still there, right? So,
yes.
I would assume that means that Buster et al. Believes in the people that are there, believes in how they're developing these guys. So, yeah, you should call them up. And if they don't do well, then that tells you that you have a major, major problem at player development. You're not trading them away. So otherwise, what are these guys doing?
I also feel like there's also the issue of there's still some really good free agent pitchers out there that the Giants could sign. And I know Greg Johnson was like, oh, we're not comfortable spending that kind of money on free agent pitchers. But at the same time, you're putting your eggs in a very unproven basket. Or maybe Hayden Birdsong will just, reinvent himself and come back.
One could dream.
Which would be awesome.
It would be awesome. Like, I don't see any reason. Like, the velo is still there, right? And honestly, like, the control issue, he's just got to figure out the bubble. As soon as he figures out the bubble, Matthew, it's all fine. Okay? So, like, yeah, you know what? Yes, I do agree. Let the kids play.
Okay. All right. Well, there's also who's the guy that we got in the trade that we thought we were gonna see and we didn't?
Tidwell.
Blade Tidwell. Mm-hmm. They're guys like that. I was gonna say Carson Ragsdale, but it's the other Carson Seymour. And Carson Ragsdale actually just signed with a Japanese team.
Yes. No, he got DFA'd by the Giants late last year. But I think you're forgetting about old McDonald.
Oh, Old McDonald. Yes. EIO.
Thank you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, any of those guys, frankly.
Well,
I don't really care. Although I am partial to Hayden Birdsong. Caw-caw!
Thank you. Yeah, I'm partial to Hayden as well. I would like to see Tidwell. I mean, let these guys roll. Like, that's what we said last year. And look, we got one of them out of it, right? Like, everybody assumes that he's going to be part of the rotation. Matthew, I'm making these faces at you to indicate to you that I don't remember his name. It's the Hand of Vecna. It is just like plucked it out of my brain. And you're supposed to just interject it there, and then I'm supposed to say...
Who, Landon Roop?
Yeah.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Roop. That's what I meant.
Roop!
Thank you. God, for the love of...
Logan Webb, Randy Ray, Robbie Ray. See, this drink is getting to me, too. Logan Webb, Robbie Ray, Landon Roop. Now we got this Adrian Hauser dude.
Yeah.
And then you've got, what is it? It would be Bird Song Donald or something like that. I don't know.
Mac Birdwell.
Yes, exactly. Mac Birdwell. Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, it's Mac Birdwell.
Our fifth starter is Mac Birdwell.
And
I like it.
Given that, Matthew, what is that? 8? That's 7. We need 8 more.
We do.
But no, we got Kai Wei Teng. So no, we don't need 8 more. We need 7 more. Kai Wei Teng's always at the back end, number 15, and we're going to need him. And we're going to be glad when he's there.
We are.
Tony, 4 innings. Okay, that's what he's got in him. 4 innings. Okay, he doesn't have 5. I don't care how good he looked in those first 4. He's not going to do 5. Okay? Okay.
Might be just get an opener and then
there you go.
Right,
yeah. Yes. Opener, then Kai Wei for 4. And then the bullpen. Our vaunted bullpen.
Let's not even talk about that. Anyway, Ben, when we had some hellos with Foley and Hauser, that meant that there had to be some goodbyes.
What? We don't have anybody. How could there be goodbyes?
Well, Forever Giant Joey Weimer.
Oh, the Wiener's
was
gone.
DFA'd. Weimer is gone.
That's what we count him out there when we're vigorously shagging balls out in the outfield.
Exactly.
There's no more Wiener shagging. Vigorously
no
shagging.
more Weimer shagging balls. No. And
there is a
I
Hauser
feel like
Diesnuts.
that was a missed opportunity. I was really looking forward to saying his name and doing this whole shtick the entire season, but no.
Well,
DFA.
That's fine. We've got Hauser Diesnuts now.
Exactly. Also, the Meckler heads. The Meckleheads? Is it Meckleheads?
The Meckleheads.
The Meckleheads, I think, have been mourning because Wade Meckler was DFA'd. And I got to tell you, if there was anyone that should be bitching about the Farhan Zaidi era, it is one Wade Meckler.
Marco Luciano, but sure.
Okay, I think they could probably have a support group together, but I'm saying that Wade Meckler, man, like he got added to the 40-man in a moment of desperation by Farhan and was not ready. And I was looking at his Baseball Savant page, and I got to tell you, there was some red in there. There was some red. He was one of the best in his brief stint in the majors at the sweet spot percentage with 45%.
Is that good?
He was one
That's
of the
good?
best at chase percentage at only 19%. He was one of the fastest guys in the majors with a sprint speed at 95%.
Wow. Matthew, how is he at everything else?
Absolutely terrible. like blue, like
Yeah.
cold blue, like little bits of blue all the way down on everything else. Blue is poor, folks.
Yeah.
And red is great, according to
If you've
the
never
color
been to the
coding.
Baseball Savant website, it's baseballsavant.mlb.com, and there is no dash between baseball and savant like there is between baseball and reference, which really messes with your history on your browsers. Like, it just does not. It honestly, guys, can one of you either remove the hyphen or one of you add the hyphen, because then that would just make typing this stuff so much easier. I'd really like it if you'd get onto that. But anyway, if you've never been to Baseball Savant, like, all of these like values, they get broken down into these different categories. And if they're red, that means you're good. And if they're blue, that means you're bad. And the more red they are, the better you are. And the darker blue they are, the worse you are. And Matthew is saying that Mr. Meckler was just a deep, deep blue. Just a deep, deep blue across, well, everything, except they're not that deep blue because he didn't have enough appearances for them to even really register. But no, they're bad, people. They're bad. They're bad. It's not a good page. It's not a good page.
No. And I think the biggest issue with Wade Meckler was not that little cup of coffee in the majors where he struggled, but really the injuries and him never being able to really,
Yeah,
kind of get it
that's
going.
true. Like,
But-
he really missed a lot of last year, I think, with a concussion, or was it a wrist, or both? Like, I think he had both of those significant injuries last year, and that just ruined his 2025 season. And
I've also been, I do want to do, if there are any Pirates fans listening to Giant Cocktails, because of course they would.
I mean, there's no Blackbeard cocktails. Ooh,
No, but I could do one
let's
if we need to.
we should do that. We should do
We should.
Blackbeard cocktail. We should do one for every other. We should do it like Locked On, right? We could branch out, right, and we could hire a team, right, and pay them nothing.
Because we're getting paid nothing.
That's right.
So they would get paid
That's
nothing
right,
too.
and it would be like Blackbeard cocktails, and it would be I don't know, weird fish thing cocktails, or whatever the Rays one would be called. Yeah, but for the Pirates, I agree. Okay, who would they be saying goodbye to?
Well, so we had Joey Weimer this year. They had Marco Luciano.
Wait, wait. Did Marco his
Marco
Pirates
got
career is
DFA'd.
over? Is that what you're telling
His
me?
Pirates career is over. Didn't even get to share a spring training chuckle with Joey Bart. Instead, we don't know where Marco's going to end up.
Couldn't sit next to each other and just say Farhan Zaidi. Am I right?
Exactly. Yeah, right? Yes.
No, they couldn't do that.
No.
Oh, wow.
Which just like man, how far has he fallen to where you can't even stay on the 40-man of the Pittsburgh Pirates?
I think, well, I mean, we'll see what happens to him. He might still get picked up by somebody else, but honestly, if I were him, I would go foreign at this point.
Go to Japan or Korea or sign, maybe you get a AAA contract with some team that maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I would just try to go somewhere where you can absolutely dominate, or at least get paid a lot of money. One of the two. And try to salvage yourself from there, right? Like, wow. I mean, we went deep on Marco last time, but yeah, that sucks.
All right.
Well, that was your tidbit section, according to our notes.
That was a long tidbit section. The next section, Ben, is shirt balls that happened or will happen, Ben.
Okay, yeah. Stuff that happened recently or will happen soon is what this meant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you wanted to go with this.
Well,
so
I mean,
what's-
everybody else is talking about it. I thought we could talk about it, but you were like, no, we can't talk
No,
about
well,
it.
we can't talk about that. The number one thing on no.
We can't talk about it. Matthew says we can't talk about the Epstein files.
No, we can't talk about the Epstein files. Why would we talk about the Epstein files?
Everybody else is talking about them. I don't like. I apparently they're really.
Unless like Barry Bonds is in the Epstein files, we're not talking about it.
You know, then I would say he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's your line.
That's my yes. That is my line. Yes.
That's mine too. Actually,
Yes.
Yeah, that I agree.
Yes.
I agree. Yes, you shouldn't be president or in the Hall of Fame if you're in the Epstein
That's
files.
right. And but if he was, his name would have been redacted. You know, to protect the victims or something. I don't. Whoa! No, sorry. No, we're not supposed to talk about him. We're not supposed to.
We're
talk
not talking about it. We're not
Matthew,
talking
okay, I got
about
a better topic.
that.
I got a better topic. The Giants. They bought a theater. Matthew, this is the biggest news since the Red Sox sold Babe Ruth to finance Nanette. The San Francisco Giants are making waves in the musical theater business. They bought a musical theater on Broadway? No, on Market Street. The Curran Theater.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean,
Well, I hear it's got a
sure.
nasty curveball. You know, just 12-6. It's very old school. You know, it's 103 years old. So what do you expect?
Well, you would think that the real estate business would be a good business to be in.
No,
right?
I would agree.
Like, you know, because real estate always appreciates, and eventually that could help the Giants because they will be earning their revenue from non-baseball related things, and they will be able to pay their owners whatever they want while still investing in the team, right?
Sure. I guess. Look, I watched a Brody Brazil video about this, and he was all like very pragmatic about it and blah, blah, blah. It makes a lot of sense in terms of like from an entertainment standpoint, and I get it. Like, you know, you could the current theater, they're selling like they're trying to sell and sign acts to come perform and all that jazz. And you know, the Giants own their own baseball stadium, which, you know, doesn't get used very much, Matthew. I don't know if you know this. It's only being used by the Giants like 84 times a year. So that means the rest of the year it's open. So I get it. Like, there's some synergy there in terms of signing acts and doing all this sort of stuff. And, like, I get it. But, like, I mean, this better make money, Greg. This better make money that ends up getting sent to like I don't know, a Japanese pitching prospect. Not prospect, pitching free agent. If you know what I saying.
Well, okay, speaking of that.
Yes.
So Tatsuya Imai, his signing period ends on January 2nd.
Signing period ends. I don't understand what that means.
Well, he was posted in November, and you got like 65 days to sign once you're posted by a Japanese team. And that ends on January 2nd. And we are sitting here on December 28th. I just looked at a New York Post article where apparently he was quoted at some Japanese interview saying that he hasn't received any substantial offers yet. And so he said, quote, apparently there's a difference between teams showing interest and giving concrete offers. So I'm wondering, like, at this point, if the desire is to pitch in the major leagues, do the Giants like at least submit like a lowball offer?
Well, yes. Like, if you can get this guy for a bargain, yes. But, like, I guess the ultimate question is, like, like, what is going on here? Okay? Because we've heard from Greg Johnson, we have no money. Please, sir, we have all no money. We spent it all on the theater on Market Street, and we are just fully tapped out. And then we have, Manazian, the Giants one, not the A's one, saying like, that's right, we're poor. We can't afford it. But we haven't heard anything from Buster. And Buster, Buster spends money like it's going out of style, right? He spends the Giants' money like it's his, right? Like he's got a lot of it. So we don't know. We haven't heard from Buster yet. And I think by January 2nd, we will. If the Giants make an offer for Imai, then we'll probably hear about it by the 3rd or 4th, right? Even if they don't get him. Or they get him, and then we'll know. So I think that the jury is still out on that. Like, are Greg Johnson and Manazian blowing a bunch of smoke? And then the Giants are just tapped out? They're just not going to do any more long contracts? Which just doesn't make any sense. Like, given their payroll and where they are against, the luxury tax and all of that sort of, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that the Giants are running out of money. I know they sold a lot of tickets at discount. I know their TV contract, which wasn't up and wasn't due to be signed anytime soon, isn't as big as the Dodgers. As if that's news. As if that's suddenly a huge hit against their revenue. As if that means suddenly they're losing money. I know. All of those things are true. But the Giants can afford another big contract. But they may not want one for a lot of other good reasons. We're going to find out by January 2nd. We're going to find out. And I think the Giants will be in on it, Matthew. I think they will. I think they will because Buster spends. I think they will. Does that mean they're going to get him? Not necessarily. But it'll happen. It's going to all come together. It's going to come together real quick.
Okay. Well, it's got to, right? And MLB Trade Rumors pegged him at 6 years, $150 million. At this point, with like 4 years, $100 million, like minimize your risk. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like
I think if the years are going to come down, the ARR will have to come up. But maybe, yeah. But I think somewhere in that ballpark. I think 4 years is a lot more. But I mean, that might end up being really nice for him because he's not that old, and then he would be a free agent again around 30, which is still pretty viable. I mean, and he's going to make a lot more money then because it'll be 4 years from now and the contracts will just be bigger because they always are. So that's not necessarily bad for him. So, I think the Giants should be in on this. I think they probably are in on it. I think that this is still a distinct possibility. But boy, are Giants fans going to learn a lot by January 2nd. By the end of the day, January 2nd, we're going to learn a lot about where this team is financially. And, I don't know. I guess we can unpack that all whenever we have our next episode, which is going to be 3 eons from now because it feels like it's been forever since our last one. And I said that last time, and this one felt longer. Anyway. Well,
maybe they'll sign a big guy and we'll have to come back on an emergency.
That's right. Maybe they will. And maybe they'll sign him and we'll get Ranger Suarez. And we could do the episode live on YouTube in our Power Ranger outfits. Ooh. You could be the pink Power Ranger like you wanted to be.
Okay. All right. I'm down with that. Sweet. If they sign both, I will show up on a pink Power Ranger outfit.
If they sign both?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? I also commit. I'll be in a different Power Ranger outfit, whichever one I can get. And more importantly, we'll have to figure out how to get it onto YouTube somehow. That's the hard part. We've never done that.
It is.
We're not doing. We won't do it live. We won't do it live. But we'll get little clips of us or something. It's not going to happen, folks. It's not going to happen. Don't get excited.
All right. We are getting to the end here, but before we do that, Bob, is it time for something?
It's time for a lightning round.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Lightning round, off-season style.
Ka-chow.
All right. Get yourself ready.
Okay.
Ben.
Wow. Sorry. Now I'm doing notes on all kind of Owen Wilson stuff. Sorry. Question.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Lightning round. So are we alternating, or are you asking all the questions and I'm answering them? Because sometimes I feel like you want to answer these questions, but then you start asking them questions, and then I'm giving up Ben answers, which are great. I'm sure that's why all the listeners listen, right? Because what stupid thing is this guy going to say this time?
Exactly.
Which I get it. I mean, if that's the shtick you're going for, then that's fine. But the thing is, I think you want legitimate answers to some of these questions. So how are we doing this?
I think we should alternate.
Okay.
But both people can weigh in.
Okay. Both people can weigh in. Okay, so that means I can go for a good 2 or 3 minutes on each one, right?
Sure. Especially in the off season.
Okay, good. Because during the regular season, you're like, oh no, you have to give a 1-word answer, blah blah blah. All right, yeah, okay, sweet. I like these off season lightning rounds. All right, good idea, Bob.
Okay,
yeah, let's do it.
Question number 1, Ben.
All right.
What position player is most critical to the Giants' long-term success over the next 3 seasons?
First base, free the Eldritch Knight!
That's it, huh? The Eldritch, that's quick. Okay,
yeah, no,
all right,
it.
lightning round.
That's it. I'm because I know Buster's oh, he needs his reps. He's gonna send him to Arizona. He's gonna be the Dominican Rookie League or whatever it is, and he's gonna be he's got to play first base, and then Randy's he's got to be at a year at every level, and it's gonna take 6 years for him to, all that BS.
Okay. I'm gonna go in a different route because I feel like yes, that's important. I was gonna say Rafael Devers just because he's got to be Rafael Devers for the amount that we're paying him,
DH?
But instead, I'm going Jung Hoo Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because we're paying him a lot of money, and he's got to be better than what he's been.
I don't think our fifth outfielder is the most critical position, so I don't know. I don't know. We're good. Cody Bellinger's going to be our center fielder. I don't know
if he can. Oh
I don't
man,
know what we're talking about.
I
don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, I'm sticking with Jung Hoo Lee.
Okay.
Next question, Ben.
Okay. Well, are we alternate? I gotta ask it. Yeah. Matthew, is Logan Webb participating in the World Baseball Classic a bad thing?
Yes, it is.
What? It is?
It is.
Do you hate America?
I do. I love the Giants more than America, man, especially now. Okay, and Logan Webb, what do we get if we win? Do you remember who won last time? No, you do not. And so I'm pretty sure I don't care about the World Baseball Classic. I care about the Giants winning the World Series. That's what I care about. I don't think that it's good for the game. I think that it's just something to make money and to I just don't see why we do this. I don't play in the Olympics every 4 years, but this baseball classic thing is just dumb. And if Logan Webb gets hurt or isn't effective when he starts the season because he was messing around with Team USA, I'm going to be mad.
First of all, they don't.
So yes, it's a bad.
They don't
thing.
let him in the Olympics every. They're going to do it next time because it's going to be in the United States. But they don't. Okay. And the second thing is okay. Here's my rebuttal. Are you ready?
Yeah.
USA. USA! 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 You could stop me at any time. USA! 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 USA!
Okay, maybe you need to get a little better shape before you start chanting that.
I thought you would. Whatever. This is like the Tingler thing all over again. Just ask me the next question.
Does the future of the Giants, and maybe you've already answered this one with your previous answer, depend on Bryce Eldridge being successful, Ben?
Yes. Yes, because if they don't successfully call him up and give him a lower number, I don't know, 9, which he couldn't wear last year because, my former favorite player was wearing it. But now it's available. Well, I mean, he was my favorite, like, on the team, Matthew, on the team. Like, I have a favorite player on the team, Camilo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Kneisner. And so what I'm saying is that 9 is available. So they've already cleared that out. And so what I'm saying is that, yes, it's dependent on them calling him up and him being on the team on opening day, Randy and Buster. Because otherwise the fans will be all angry and hate them legitimately. And they won't show up. So yes.
Okay. I agree with you. I think that Bryce Eldridge does need to be successful for the Giants to be successful, but I think he just needs to be Brandon Belt successful. Like, I feel like that would be a good comp. And I know that would reignite the Belt Wars and it would become the Eldridge Wars and the Eldridge Knights would be like battling. But I feel like that's a good comp. I would be happy with that. Now, anything above that, man, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. But what he can't be is like just, he can't be like a sucky player.
He can't be traded.
Right?
He can't be traded is what he can't be.
Well, that's
and he can't be in AAA. Okay? No AAA, no traded.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Like, and especially if you're not going to go out and sign anybody. Okay? Like, do you want people to come to your games? Do you want them to buy tickets? Then the Eldritch Knight needs to be on the opening day roster. Like, you know it. I know it. Like, just stop it with the reps and the, like, touch every level and all that. Just stop it. Put the kid on the opening day roster. Like, what did he do last year that said he shouldn't be there? Nothing. Okay? Stop it. Just put him on the roster and don't anger the fans. Like, I will get that tattoo, Buster. Don't think that I won't. And you too, Tony. Whatever. As if you have a say. Oh, right. Matthew. How many long-term contracts is too many?
One more than we have now.
One more than we have now is too many?
Two more.
Yeah, I think I was about to
many.
reach through the screen and slap your face.
Because at some point there is too many, right? I mean, you can't have all guys in their mid-30s with like 5 to 10 year contracts and then expect them that the end will look good. So you do need a little bit of flexibility there. I will grant you that. This is why Casey Schmidt at second base is so important. This is why Elliot Ramos in left field is important, because you got guys on shorter, more affordable contracts, and they need to do well so that you're not locking up long-term payroll. So yes, but having said all that, wouldn't be mad at one more long-term contract.
Yeah, I hear you. I think the answer is 30. Because, like, look, there's 26 players on the roster, but sometimes guys get hurt. Okay, like, so I'm thinking like the New York Yankees, the Los Angeles Dodgers approach to things, which is you just keep signing guys until you have a lot of good guys that are healthy and playing for you. Starting pitchers notwithstanding. I mean, sorry, bullpen notwithstanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could be behind that if there was the right players that actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm
All
saying.
right. How many more starting pitchers should the Giants?
I already answered this question. They need 7. They need 7. And I don't know that that's even
7
enough.
More?
15, right? I think they need 15 guys that they would be willing to roll out there. And I don't think that's a joke. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I think they need 15 guys. Like, and I know, I'm not saying that all 15 of those guys are going to be like, you're happy and excited and like, yeah, wow, we're going to win the World Series with this rotation. No, but I'm saying, like, you got to have 15 guys that you would be like, I would put this guy up against, the weakest pitcher against whatever team that I need him for, and so, like, I think right now, maybe it's not 8, I think 7, but I think it's probably like 5 more. A lot of underwhelming guys, but I think, a Ranger Suarez and an Imai, a Tatsuya Imai, I would not be against.
Okay.
Even though it's not going to be both.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Matthew. Oh, did you have any response to that or no?
You could never have enough pitching.
There you go. Exactly. Right. There you go. That's what I should have said. I know. I couldn't have said that.
No.
All right, Matthew. What's more confusing?
Yes.
Airline boarding groups or MLB blackout rules?
Oh. MLB blackout rules by far. Like, I think I understand the airline boarding groups. There's the A and the B and the C, and there's, or there's just the cattle calls. I mean, I understand each airlines. You explained it to me once. I got it. Okay. I don't understand the MLB blackout rules. Like, and maybe with all these new, new deals that they're doing, we'll eventually just do away with them.
I mean, I don't know, dude. There's pre-boarding, there's pre-boarding, there's small children, there's active service people, there's veterans, there's people in uniform, there's
There's people with the fancy credit cards. Yeah. All I know is when I'm in first class, I get to sign.
Right.
I get to just
all I know
is
that if you legitimately pay $10,000 for your first class seat, you're probably getting on the plane like in the 15th group. It's very confusing to me. Like this is the one area where just paying a lot of money just doesn't get you anything. It's insane. Not that I'm advocating for that. Not that I'm not advocating for that. Whatever side of that line you stand on.
Okay.
But anyway, no. But you're right. Blackout rules. I don't. They're just this is the most arcane thing. I don't understand.
All right. Next question. How much money do you make a week DoorDash?
I wouldn't know.
Okay. All right. I'm just curious. I mean, I feel like that's something that people do all the time. And
I'll tell you what.
Maybe it's lucrative.
It's less than $1,000.
Okay.
But it's more than 500. I hear.
Okay. All right.
I would tell you this. Babysitting children for 6 hours a day pays more. Not that anybody would ever let me do that. Except for two governments and a private company. Except for that. And I know that sounds like a lot of hard work, but it's really not, because there's nobody else in there with you. You can do whatever. No, I don't. Ask the next question.
No, you're supposed to ask me.
Should Keaton Wynn be worried that he wears the number 6'7"? 6'7". Yes, we're both doing the arms thing.
Yes, we are both moving our hands up and down. Yes, Keaton Wynn should be very worried that he wears the number 67. I had to look to see if a Giants player was wearing the number 67, and Keaton Wynn, who's also one of those who could be a starter again this year, and then right now he might be the 6th or 7th starter.
I mean, yeah, and he's a reason why we don't have to necessarily go out and sign another guy, right? Yeah, I think he's legit. I had no problem seeing Keaton Wynn make starts, right, when he was healthy.
Right.
The only question is, can he stay healthy? I think he's also a potential piece for the bullpen. I'm very high on Keaton Wynn, but no, he's got to change his number. Anyway, let me put it this way. I am not going to the stadium if he's pitching. I can't. Matthew, I've been in, we just heard that, I don't, not that I don't do that, but no, I cannot stand to hear children yelling that. Not anymore. Not ever again.
Last question, Ben.
Okay, yeah.
Which newer Giant is under the most pressure to justify his contract or roster spot this season?
Why are you asking me this question?
Because I'm curious to know what your answer is.
Look, some people might say Devers or Bryce Eldridge, right? Those are both good, whoever they might sign, Ranger, Suarez, and Imai, both, But to me, there is no doubt that it is Jung Hoo Lee. None. It is Jung Hoo Lee. This is a make it or break it year. And I think it's a make it or break it first 2 months to the season. Like, he has got to show up. And he did last year. But then he's got to maintain too. So maybe 3 months.
Okay. I'm gonna go a little bit in a different direction. I'm gonna say Bryce Massage,
Whoa!
new hitting coach of the Giants. We've seen we didn't have the best results last year.
No, we didn't.
And I think that whatever philosophy we bring to the Major League Club, it's got to be a good one this year.
Giants Cocktails listeners, if you're not familiar with who Mike Massage is, you might know him as Mike McCahey. I just wanted to make sure people were confused.
Yes, that's right. McCahey.
That's right.
Yes,
the new hitting coach.
The new hitting coach. And so I was even going to say maybe even Tony Vitello. Right? I mean, it will be
that's
interesting.
That's a good answer. I mean, that's probably the right answer. Yes. I think it's Vitello for sure, but I was going the player route. I hear you in terms of Massage. I hear you. I think it's got to be Vitello, but given the way that the Giants just, good hitters who should have been able to hit and were hitting and then just disappeared for 3 months, right? I mean, they kind of like came back for that one 2 week period that got them all the way back into the playoff race in mid-September. But they just absolutely disappeared, and I mean, was that bad luck, or was it something that was fixable? We'll never know. But whoever was there now was not fixing it. If it was fixable, they didn't, or they did, and it was too late. But I stand by my answer on the player side.
Isn't it time for the booze, boys?
Yep, it's time for the booze, Bob.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Bob, I'm drinking a cocktail called Bourbon Foster. What's in a Bourbon Foster? Well, it's got 1.5 ounces of bourbon, 3/4 ounces of banana liqueur. And I'm not using the cheapo stuff. I'm using the
Banana do Brazil.
Banana do Brazil. 1/2 ounce of aged rum. I think I'm doing Appleton Estate 12-year.
Very good rum. Nice choice.
And then 1/4 ounce of spiced Demerara syrup. There are other alternatives to this where you're just using spiced rum with a simple syrup. But I didn't have spiced rum, and so I used a good aged rum, and then I added the spiced Demerara syrup, 1/4 ounce, and 3 dashes of Angostura bitters. Put them all in a mixing glass with a lot of ice. You're going to give it a good stir for about 30 seconds, strain it into a coupe glass, garnish it with a banana slice or a dried banana chip, and you've got yourself a Bourbon Foster. So that's what I'm drinking, Bob. Bourbon Foster.
That's a tasty cocktail.
Actually, it's really good. I really like it. So I'm going to keep drinking it.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Well, thank you for asking, Bob. That's very kind of you. Bob, today I am drinking a cocktail known as the Hand of Vecna. What is the Hand of Vecna? Well, it is the hand of an undead evil god. Or, sort of like arch wizard. It depends on what era you're talking about and whether or not you're talking about the Vecna from Stranger Things, which I'm not. But in this particular case, it is actually a cocktail from the book Puncheons and Flagons by Andrew Wheeler, an official Dungeons and Dragons cocktail book that was given to me as a gift by my aforementioned daughter, the one of the Bosa D's nuts joke. Now, what is in a the Hand of Vecna. Well, it has 2 ounces of Scotch, 3 dashes of Angostura bitters, 2 sugar cubes, and 1/4 ounce of absinthe. To make it, you pour the 1/4 ounce of absinthe into a rocks glass, you swirl it around, and then you eject, or, pour out politely, the remainder, leaving an absinthe rinse on the glass. Then you put your sugar cubes and your Angostura bitters into a mixing glass, which you then muddle until they are collapsed. And then you add your your Scotch, and then you add to that a copious amount of ice so that the ice sticks up out of the whiskey, and then you stir that until you reach your desired dilution. Matthew likes 30 seconds. I like a little bit less, but you do you. You then add fresh ice, maybe a large single hunk of craft ice, to your prepared glass, and you strain in the contents of your mixing glass over that, and you garnish it with an orange wheel and a star anise or anise, however you like to pronounce it. And that's how you make the Hand of Vecna. It's basically an old-fashioned, but with an absinthe rinse. And the 2 sugar cubes make it a little extra sweet, and it is very nice. It's really good.
That's a tasty cocktail.
It was, Bob. I had 2. And that's a wrap. Thank you for joining us. We will be back in 2 weeks with more Giants content. We will break down the results of the Tatsuya Imai saga. Did the Giants sign him? Did anybody sign him? Were the Giants in the mix? We'll find out on the next episode of Giant Cocktails. Or probably before then. Because, I don't know, you listen to, Giants talk or something weird. In the meantime, if you can't wait that long, you can feel free to reach out to us on social medias, where you can find us anywhere where we go by the name Giant Cocktails. What I mean is, if you find the Giant Cocktails username, it's probably us. Except Mastodon, we don't do that anymore. And don't forget, you can also listen to us over on YouTube, where you can also comment and like and subscribe our quote-unquote videos. But most importantly, be sure to leave us a positive review at your podcasting platform of choice, such as Spotify, where you can also comment. And I read them occasionally because I sometimes get notifications when you do it, but not always. I don't know why. Or Imaify. I forgot what I was doing. I forgot what I'm doing. I don't even know who I'm.
It's literally written right there in front of you.
Who are you? What is happening? What is that? Oh, I'm supposed to. I totally messed it up.
The Hand of Vecna, folks.
That's why you were doing the other way around. Apple Podcasts or Imaify. You don't have to edit that out, Matthew. In fact, I would appreciate it if you didn't. Okay. Matthew, it was great talking San Francisco Giants with you. Until next time, cheers, my friend.
Cheers, Ben. Bye, everybody.
Why are you laughing at me like that? Goodbye! I can't wait to see Mac Birdwell pitch.
Thank you for listening to the Giant Cocktails Podcast. Until next time, bottoms up.
I don't know if we're ready for a Patreon, Ben.
You don't know if we're ready for a Patreon? No. Like, what do you mean? No. Like, we could do it. We should definitely start a Patreon.
What would we put on a Patreon that we're not already doing?
What do you mean? Are you saying we would have to do more work because we started Patreon?
Yes, like people aren't gonna just pay in Patreon just to be on Patreon. Like they're gonna they get our podcast for free. What else would we offer?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I understand what you're saying. I did think about that.
Oh, okay.
And here's what I came up with. Nothing. No, we just say, hey, we have a Patreon. You can pay. Like, we only have one tier, and it's like $2 a month, right? It's $2 a month, and like,
okay.
We could give them a cheap T-shirt. And maybe it costs us like $5, right? But they sign up, we send them a T-shirt just for that first month, and then if they cancel before the next 2.5 months are up,
do we ask them for the T-shirt back?
No, they get to keep the T-shirt, and we lose money. But
that doesn't seem like a good business.
They won't. Most people don't cancel, Matthew. Like, people out there, like, they just give money away to these big corporations for free for nothing. Like, rocket money, have my money. It's like the bizarrest thing. They could give that money to us instead.
Okay, I'm down with that. And maybe we could do like some meetups or some things like that for people who are on Patreon. Like we wouldn't tell like the normal.
Yeah, we wouldn't tell the riffraff.
Just the people who are paying us $2 a month.
That's a great idea. How about this? We start a Discord, and the Patreon members get invited to the Discord, but they can't and we have a channel set up where they can't talk, but they can only observe. And all those Giants-related text messages, instead of sending them as a text, you send them through Discord to me, and then they could all see that, and they get their news, right? They get their Giants news.
Okay.
And then they get to see me respond with all of my stupid jokes that I just send just to you. like
people that's definitely worth $2.
That's right. That's definitely worth $2, right? And right now, you are the only beneficiary of that. This is a brilliant idea. We're going to make tens of dollars.
Will and Scott would definitely pay $2.
That's true. See?
So we'd make $4 a month.
Our mother might pay, so I don't know. She's on a fixed income, so you're right. You're right. She wouldn't pay. You don't think we could make at least $10 a month?
Sure. SEPTA, Roger. There'd be guys that would pay.
Yeah, that's right. OG Roger, not the new Roger.
No, not
Roger wouldn't pay, really. Yeah. Old Roger, OG Roger, yeah, he's down.
Absolutely, but it would be in pounds.
He's got a quid.
Like that, right?
It's a quid. No, it's not euros, Matthew.
Quid.
Brexit.
No, that's right. They left the euros.
Yeah, he would pay in quid or squid. I don't know exactly how that works. But I think we could almost sort of kind of get close to covering our expenses.
All right,
down. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Like and subscribe, people.